welcome. Thank you so much for bearing with us as I was sorting out some technical difficulties with Google Chrome. Welcome everyone who's joining us today for the Worldwide Womb Blessing under the full cold moon. Today is Friday, December 13th, and we're celebrating the last full moon of 2019 before we step into 2020. And I'm so excited to be sharing the space with you today on such a special, auspicious day as Friday the 13th. So as you know, if you're joining us, yesterday was officially the full moon, and I wasn't able to hold the live cast yesterday, but graciously, by the grace of the goddess, what's lovely about the Worldwide Womb Blessing is the energy is there waiting for us. So if you've put your name on Miranda Gray's list, just know it's like when you open the door to a package, the package is still waiting there for you. So as we get ready to tune in, and receive the Worldwide Womb Blessing energies, the energies are there waiting for us. So I'm excited to receive the energies with all of you today. And as we get started, I'd love to know who's joining us today. So if you could share your name and where you're joining us from, that would be lovely as our group starts to form. And if you're joining us later on the replay, you can actually set the comments to be live and it'll feel like you're with us, and you can share your name. And it's a beautiful way to set the energies as our group starts to form. Welcome, Sofia Puente from South Africa. How lovely. Sandy Duenas, hello, welcome. Sandy mentioned earlier that she's joining us from Mexico City. So I want to show you something, Sandy. I was just in Cancun and I got a shirt from my favorite place, Ai Weiwei. I think you know this brand. So I'm very excited to share my Ai Weiwei t-shirt that I got from Mexico. It's something that I've had my eye on for a while, and they had a store in the airport. So just wanted to share that with you. Claudia is here from Stockholm. Welcome. Carissa, Nicole, let us know where you're joining us from, and welcome to you. So I just wanted to share a little bit about Friday the 13th, since we are here today a little bit, a day beyond the full moon. And the reason I thought this would be a wonderful day for us to join together is traditionally 13 is actually a lucky number for us women. So I wonder if you can guess why. Well, I'll tell you. Essentially, there's 13 moons, full moons in a year, and that's the average time if we're following, a average 28-day menstrual cycle. That's the average time a woman bleeds in a year as well. So traditionally, the number 13 is actually represents blood, fertility, and our lunar potency. So it's a magical day. It's the last full moon of 2019. And we're stepping into a really powerful, not only new year, but new decade. And the decade starting with 2020 is all about foundations, setting foundations. So, and according to Miranda Gray's teachings, we're leaving a crone year and we're moving into a maiden year. So as everyone's forming in our circle today, let's see who else we have. Jessica, welcome Jessica. Let us know where you're joining us from. You're joining us from. Francisca's here from Zurich. Another person from Switzerland. Wonderful. Welcome, Francisca. Dina Rana is here from Spain. Welcome. Carissa, also from Switzerland. Awesome. And Christina, welcome. One of my very good friends. Christina is joining us from England, from London, originally from Spain. Welcome. And Deborah, wow. is flying from Florida to New Jersey. Cool. You can join us from the airplane now. Awesome. Beautiful. And Deborah says she just received her moon yesterday, so her period just started. So again, if you are just joining us, what I love to do is have everyone state their name that's coming into the circle, even if just in the live chat, and that helps us form this energy that we're all gathering under for today. So I wanted to share a little bit about what Miranda has shared about this particular transition from the maiden year, from the crone year into the maiden year. So essentially, the crone is, as it suggests, very much about you can think about it as the energy of winter. So the energy of our periods and the energy of winter and the energy of the crone is all encompassed in the same idea of the energy of slumber, of turning inward, of wisdom, of deep listening, of intuition, and of slowing things down, right? So it's a stillness. It's a time of going deep and getting quiet and allowing the darkness to embrace us. It's being cloaked. So think about the image of the crone. Traditionally, she's cloaked in a black kind of cape or shawl, and she's full of wisdom. She's brimming with wisdom, and she's often far away out of society. She's kind of hidden. And so similarly, if you think about seeds, when we plant seeds, they're hidden deep, deep in the ground, in the earth. So there's a time of stillness, a time of quiet, a time of gestation, essentially. When we plant seeds, we have to allow those seeds to take root, and first they root down before you start to see any blossomings coming up. So I'll just read what Miranda shares. So with the start of the new maiden year, we're entering a time of new beginnings, new energy, and new goals. The seeds we sowed in the crone year will now start to grow with new vitality and direction. So what I'd love to start our circle out with a question today, is what seeds have you sown in 2019? And we've been talking here in the support circle for the last several weeks about the cry of the feminine. One of the main themes we've talked about recently is infertility as the sort of infertility as the cry of the divine feminine asking for healing, for the collective feminine. And so maybe your cry, however you're hearing the cry of the feminine, maybe it's through painful periods. Maybe you're dissatisfied in your work and ready to answer the call of doing deeper work in your life. Maybe you recognize yourself as a red moon woman or the healer woman archetype, and you're wanting to answer the call of the divine feminine to do this work. So whatever it is that, in whichever way you've been hearing the cry of the feminine in your life or in your body, I'm curious to know how this feminine has been speaking with you. So what brings you here today under our full cold moon circle to receive the worldwide womb blessings? Before we start to receive the blessing energy, I'd love for all of you to just reflect on what is this call from the feminine that you're answering, whether it's today, whether it's in your life, whether it's for this coming year or this coming decade. what is it that you are being called forth into? Is it to heal in your own life? Is it to heal specifically in relationship to your womb? Is it to answer the healing call to share these teachings with other women? Is it a combination of all of these things? So whether it's just a personal reflection or something you'd like to share in our circle, I welcome you to take a moment right now and reflect on what your intention is here today under the full cold moon in our circle, and how you're hearing the call of the divine feminine in your own life, in your own body, for the year ahead. And how does that reflect in the seeds that you've sown this past year, this past crone year? And how do you want those seeds to blossom, to sprout, to start to, show the first beginnings in 2020? How do you want that to manifest coming in this maiden year? So I'll give you some moments to do that. And let's see who else is here. Marina Velasquez says hello from Spain. Guerra Victor is here from Boston. Sarah says hi from Switzerland. Wow, we seem to have a lot of people from Switzerland today. Hola, Cristina. Teresa Cox says hello from Washington. Tabitha says hi, also from Washington. Marta says hola from Barcelona. Maria from Florida. And Marija from Croatia. Oh, beautiful. Welcome. So again, I'll give you a few moments, and I'll just go through quickly what we need for today's blessing. Ideally, you have a shawl, and the shawl is a symbol of being in the presence of the feminine. So I encourage you, if you don't have your shawl handy, to go and grab it. You're also going to want to have 2 bowls. So one bowl, we have our candle that we're going to be lighting, and that is symbolic of the flame that we're going to ignite in our wombs of this blessing energy. We want another bowl for water, which represents the holy water of our wombs, so that the waters of our wombs represented. We're going to drink this water together. It's going to be blessed, and we're drinking it together at the end. So you're also going to want 3 ribbons. If you don't have 3 ribbons, it's okay. You can participate virtually with me, and I'll tie, when I tie each ribbon, we have a prayer cord that we'll be using and tying the ribbons to the cord. So if you have this stuff handy, great. If you don't worry about it. I can do it in representation of all of us. That's the last meditation we're doing. So quickly, I'll go through our agenda for today. We'll start with the womb tree meditation, which is the opening meditation of the womb blessing. Then we'll sit for 20 minutes to receive the energies together. And remember that even though the worldwide womb blessing was transmitted yesterday, the energy is waiting for us to receive it. We just have to open the door. So that's what we're going to do together. And then we're going to do the sharing meditation. And then we'll move into the Circle of Sisters meditation, which is what we'll be using the cord and the ribbons for. And then we will just do a check-in to see how everyone's doing, what the meditation was like, and that's how we'll close our circle. And that will be our final circle for this year. So I'll just take a quick look to see what other comments we might have. Victoria says hello from Texas. Brittany from SC, I'm not quite sure where that is. Megan says hi from Richmond, and Sandra from Edinburgh, Scotland, and Talita from South Africa. Someone else from South Africa. Welcome, Talita. Okay, so since we don't have anyone's intention clearly said out into the support circle, I'm just going to invite you to sit with yourself and with your womb with your heart. And just take a moment to get quiet. Get quiet and imagine that cloaking energy of the crone, the darkness, the stillness, the cold of the winter. The barrenness of the land, the silence. Listen to your breath. Invite the wisdom of the crone to speak to you. To show you the gifts, the wisdom, the knowledge, the knowing that you've gathered, not just in this past year, but in all of these years that have led you to this moment. Like a gathering coming together of all that you know and all that you are. Let her show you how to step forward with all of this into 2020. Into this maiden year of new beginnings, new energy, vitality, fresh start. And just hold that feeling of possibility. And if there's something you want to put into words and write as your intention for this meditation, go ahead and do that now. And I will grab the candle so we can light the candle. Heidi is here from Toronto. Welcome, Heidi. So I've said everyone's name that has joined us. So just to hold that, and I'm Zara. So all of our names have been called into the circle. If you've said hello, and if you haven't, I welcome you here as well. Oh, try that again. I light this candle to represent the new energy igniting through this worldwide womb blessing in all of our wombs. I pour this water as a blessing to be blessed, the waters of our sacred wombs. Golden Ray says hello from Alabama. Alicia says hello from Minneapolis. Leslie says, I hope to take the pain from all of my miscarriages and turn it into strength. Thank you, Leslie. Elizabeth says hello from the UK. Melanie says hi from Denver. Christina says hoping for womb receptivity. Thank you, Christina. Laura says hi from Edmonton. Elizabeth says same for me, Leslie. Thank you, Elizabeth, also from the UK. Nice to see you here. So let's get ready, everyone, to begin our meditation. We're starting with the womb tree meditation. So I invite you to sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Take a deep breath in and close your eyes and bring your awareness into your body. Feel your weight on the cushion or on the floor. Take a deep breath in, feeling centered within. Now bring your awareness to your womb. See, know, feel, or imagine that your womb is like a tree with two main branches that hold beautiful leaves and red jewel-like fruits on the ends. Feel or imagine that the roots of your tree grow down deep within the darkness of the earth, connecting you and anchoring you, allowing you to receive golden energy into your womb. Feel grounded and balanced within. Now allow the image of your womb tree to grow until the tree branches separate at the level of your heart. As you connect with this image, see or feel your heart center open and energy flow down your arms into your hands and fingers. Feel the connection of love between the earth, your womb, and your heart. Still in awareness of your heart, look up and see or feel that the tree's branches continue to reach upwards to cradle a full moon above your head. The beauty of the full moon bathes you in a pure silver white light that washes through your aura and over your skin. Open to receive the light of the moon. Allow it to enter through your crown and fill your brain with light. Relax further and receive this light into your heart. Relax even further. Open your womb and receive this energy into your womb in blessing. The next 15 minutes will be receiving the womb blessing energy. Once again, be aware of the moon above your head and allow its energy to bathe you with light. Feel the light fill your head. Fill your heart. And flow down your arms into your hands. Allow the energy to flow from heart and hands into the world. Feel it flow out into other lands, changing the vibration to one of the divine feminine. Feel it healing, loving, soothing, and nurturing the whole world. Feel the presence of all the other women around the world who are connecting with this energy at this time. Send it to them and receive it from them in love, sharing, and communion. Now allow the energy from the moon above, to flow from head to heart, to womb, and down into your land. Let the energy awaken and heal the sacredness of the land and the goddess in the land. Bring your awareness back into your body and grow your womb tree roots deep into the earth. Let's get ready to do the Circle of Sisters meditation. So ideally you have a cord, and these were done from last time, so I have 3 new ribbons. I'll just sew this back a bit. And we're going to tie 1 ribbon at a time to our cord. If you do not have a cord, I will do it on your behalf. Okay? So bring your awareness back to your womb tree. Feel, know, or see that there is a full moon above you, bathing you in a beautiful silver white light. Place your hands over your ribbons and repeat. I offer these prayers for all women, for the highest divine good, and in accordance with divine love. I offer these prayers for all women, for the highest divine good, and in accordance with divine love. Take your first ribbon. As you tie it to your prayer cord, say the following. I ask for all women that they awaken to their true female nature and to the presence of the divine feminine. I ask for all women that they awaken to their true female nature and to the presence of the divine feminine. Place your hand on the ribbon. Feel or know that deep in your brain shines a beautiful white star that radiates peace and awakening in the world. Second ribbon. As you tie your second ribbon, say, I ask for all my sisters in the womb blessing family that they experience the loving presence of the divine feminine in their hearts. I ask for all my sisters in the womb blessing family that they experience the loving presence of the divine feminine in their hearts. Place your hand on the ribbon. Feel or know that your heart fills with pink light and radiates love into the world. Third ribbon. Tie your third ribbon to the prayer cord and say, I ask for myself that my womb center opens and fills with the healing presence of the divine feminine. I ask for myself that my womb center opens and fills with the healing presence of the divine feminine. Place your hand on the ribbon. Feel or know that your womb fills with strength and life and sensuality and wholeness. Hold the two ends of the cord between your hands and tie them together. Mine is tied together already. I ask that the divine feminine, through her love, to restore the circle of women in the minds, hearts, and wombs of all women. I ask that the divine feminine, through her love, to restore the circle of women in the minds, hearts, and wombs of all women. Now hold the cord in your hands with love. And place the cord on your altar. Let's take a moment and just take a moment and feel your heart. Feel your womb. Feel the blessings. Feel our circle of sisters all over this earth at this moment, right here and now, connected through this virtual thread, through this beautiful medium where we can all sit together in this circle. Physically situated all over the world, in the lap of the Mother, our Earth, the goddess of the moon, we honor you with the presence of us, of our wombs, of our hearts, of our sacred feminine beings. We honor you in this circle on this day. We honor you through our divine feminine presence and beingness, through our healing, through our honoring of our own cycles, our own femininity, our own love for you and for who we are as a part of you. Thank you, dear sisters. Bring your awareness back to your womb and grow your womb tree roots back down into the darkness of the earth, connecting you and anchoring you, allowing you to receive this golden energy into your womb. When you're ready, smile and open your eyes. Let's drink our womb blessing water. Blessed with the energies of the womb blessing. I would love to know how that womb blessing was for you, if you received any insights from the crone. Did you have any awarenesses, any stirrings or awakenings? I'll give you a moment and see who we have here. Natalie says hi from Texas. Alicia says we transferred our embryo on Monday, hoping it's implanting and staying there. Holding that intention with you, Alicia. And Elizabeth also sending you good vibes for that. And welcome Farah, welcome Amanda, Nina. We have included you in our circle as well. So I will share a little bit of what came to me in our womb blessing, receiving of the energies. I realized, I sort of reflected that over the past decade, we keep talking about the decade that's coming, but a decade has also passed. And I remember that, so it was back in 2006 that I received the name Yoga Goddess. And I wasn't ready for it. Not really, I wasn't ready for it at all. And it came through a really, unexpected way. And I was asking myself, who am I? Who am I to be the yoga goddess? What gives me the right to be the yoga goddess? And through a series of events that were really powerfully synchronistic, a woman was sitting in a cafe where I came in with this guy that I was dating back then. And I sat down at the table with him in this cafe and I showed him my little drawing and I said, I got in this meditation, this guidance to call my business Yoga Goddess, and here's the logo. And I'm like, what do you think? And this woman, she was this short-haired, white-haired, pixie-looking fairy-like creature. And she came up to our table and she said, I was overhearing your conversation and I just had to tell you that when you walk through the door, she said to me, I gasped because I said, the goddess Lakshmi just walked through the door. And I was like, okay, please sit down. And it felt like the universe was saying, like, can we tell you any clearer that yes, you need to do this work of the goddess? And I didn't know anything about the goddess back then. I hadn't found Miranda Gray yet. I hadn't, I had just, finished a certification in Kundalini Yoga. I had been teaching. So I had this opportunity to go back and study women's studies at yoga school. And that's where I learned about Miranda Gray, and that's where I learned about Christiane Northrup and women's cycles and the moon. And I was astounded. For me, my wake-up call from the Divine Feminine was painful periods, really painful periods. And I couldn't understand, why would the universe, the divine, give all women pain every month? It made no sense to me. So I embarked on a really deep healing journey that started back in 2006, that led me in 2008 to officially create Yoga Goddess and to start teaching Moon Goddess, which is my yoga and meditation program, which is all about healing our cycles in relationship with the moon and Kundalini Yoga and the Divine Feminine through Mata Shakti, which is the mother energy of creation. And I've worked with so many women worldwide, from Singapore to Australia to Argentina and South Africa, Canada, US, all over the world, to heal their relationship with their wombs and their fertility. And that's why I've called infertility the wake-up call of the Divine Feminine, because that's what I've seen over this last decade. I really wanted to work with women in periods, but it was really women in infertility who ended up calling most strongly to me. And I think it's a call from the Divine Feminine to heal our relationship with our wombs. And for you, a decade later now, the landscape has changed. And women are not just finding me because they're trying to get pregnant, but women are actively seeking to understand their relationship between their cycles, their wombs, and the moon. And this was the work that I really wanted to do a decade ago, which is kind of amazing because now 2020, walking into 2020, I'm getting to do that work that was initiated way back in between 2006 and 2008. So timing is really outside of the linear masculine structure of step by step. As women, we are cyclical. We live in a spiral. I found my way through the pain in my menstrual cycle to heal my relationship with my womb. I found Miranda Gray's work, which inspired me to create Moon Goddess. And I healed my own relationship with my womb. And through that, have healed and helped so many women heal their relationships with their wombs. And so now, over a decade later and heading into 2020, my intention is to start to share these teachings with the younger women who want to go out and teach, who want to share this wisdom, this embodied wisdom of the feminine, so that we don't have a legacy passing on generation after generation of women disconnected and not understanding the feminine, not knowing the feminine, cycling with no understanding of their cyclical nature, bleeding and feeling embarrassed and ashamed of their bodies. This is not the future. The future is empowered femininity. And so I'm excited that it was actually my great-grandmother's wisdom that I feel was passed down to me. As a child, all my dad and his brothers and sisters would call me Dadima. So coming back to the message of the crone, Dadima means grandmother. So they were calling me their grandmother as a little girl. And so when I sat down to meditate way back in 2006, and then I started to ask the question, who am I to be doing the work of the goddess? It was this ancient wisdom that's in all of us, that lives in our lineage, that's passed down through the generations, through the line of the feminine. And as we sat to receive the womb blessing energy, I was reminded that that's where it came from for me. From the crone, deep, deep embodied wisdom. She was a midwife. She was a medicine woman, a shaman. And she passed a lot of that on, I feel, through the lineage to me. And of course, we are connected to all kinds of lineages. So Ixchel, the Mayan moon goddess of from South America that lives in the area of Belize and Guatemala and Mexico. When I was there in 2006 or 7, I can't remember, I feel that that was when the downloads came for Moon Goddess. So again, none of this being a linear path of step by step, but the spiral. So I hope that through our meditation today, you've received your own insights and understanding of your own healing path and what's brought you here full circle to where you are now. What is the wake-up call of the divine feminine for you in your life? Elizabeth Ingram says, a very powerful energy from the around the world is what she felt. And Golden Ray says, I have been unwinding from pieces of guilt that are sticking in my physical self, and this meditation gave me the awareness and permission to release this shame and guilt that is part of our feminine self. Beautiful, powerful. Thank you. Thank you, Golden Ray. That's beautiful. Martha says, I have seen roots of my womb deep in the earth, connected to the roots of other women in a sacred feminine divine circle. Thank you. That's so beautiful, Marta. Christina says it was very peaceful and beautiful. It felt like love. Thank you, Christina. Talita says, I received a sense of protection from darkness and chaos, a safe underwater bubble in the ocean where women can swim free, a place of light. Wow, that is beautiful. And she also says, we have transferred our embryo today, sending you much love. And back to you, Talita, and to your little MB baby, sending so much love. Adelina says, meditation was beautiful. I felt butterflies in my uterus. Thank you, Adelina. Thank you again to all of you. I wish you deep, deep full moon blessings of love and beauty and the ending of a crone year filled with stillness and quiet and peace and wisdom and intuition and healing. And to remember that as we move into January and February, that energy of the crone is still with us, and to stay as sort of connected to that as you can. And with the initiation of spring, allow that maiden to burst forth, but to give yourself that time to slowly and gently make that transition. So we will be talking about that going forward in the support circle. Our next full moon meditation will also be Friday. I believe it's the 10th or the 11th. I'll just tell you quickly. Yes, Friday the 10th is when we're going to do it. News to my team. We're going to come back at the same time, likely. And I am excited to see how all of you step into 2020 answering the call of the divine feminine in your own lives. And if you feel the call as a healer woman archetype, please pay close attention to our announcements in the support circle and through our newsletter that we are opening a new mentorship program for the young women who want to work with me and learn directly from me to start sharing these teachings in their own communities. We're going to start rolling out phase 1 of doing that mentorship alongside, with me along your side, to start bringing that vision forth of teaching and sharing this wisdom that I've collected over the last decade and more, and to start spreading it out there into the world, into your communities, to start healing our collective feminine body worldwide, all over this planet, from womb to womb and heart to heart, and hopefully bring an end to infertility and painful periods, polycystic ovarian syndrome, endometriosis, and all these ways that the feminine is hurt and shamed, painful sex, sexual abuse, all these ways that our feminine has been hurt and denied. My vision is to spread that healing through you, through the healer women archetypes who feel the call to learn how to do the work that I do and spread it out into the world. Sending you lots of love, and I hope that if what I shared calls to you, that you'll look at our Moon Goddess program as we unveil it in the next weeks. Sending you lots of love, and see you in 2020. Bye for now.